So quiet.
Silence.
You know, I'm surprised that Kyle has not changed his name to something
Is
else.
he still Raw Vodka?
He's still Raw
Yeah.
Vodka. He should be something different.
Well, you know, why
Um,
change what doesn't need to be?
I thought he was going to change it to, like, the answers that we got in How to Be a Millionaire.
They're happy.
Don't give a damn. I like that one.
Oh, well, I have a screenshot. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna like use that whenever like somebody just says something. They're like, "Hey, did you know that?" I'm gonna be like, "I don't give a damn." Reminds me of this. Let me see if I can.
Reminds me of this song.
Yeah.
Where is
The
this?
audio has gone really crunchy.
Oh, again?
Uh-oh.
There it is. Reminds me of this. It's a screenshot from a music video.
Oh, I didn't even know that was from a music video.
Yeah.
What music video?
It's a band that put out this music video where like the lyrics of the song appear in like the style of like retro games.
Kyle, don't get sleepy.
Sorry, what we're saying, I dozed off. Oh, dude, this game's so good, dude. Except for when you have power surges.
Yeah, when I lose an hour of, like, grinding at the same enemy for, like, for an hour.
It's pretty crazy. I saw that you went through the trial. I saw that on the train when I was with Grace yesterday, and that trial is so crazy how like everything you do during the carnival like affects the outcome of the trial.
Trial. Oh, yeah. Because, like,
When like it's like if you like move when Marl is buying something, then it's like, oh my god, you're so impatient, and you were like jerking her around,
Yeah, no,
and that makes you a bad person and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I picked up the pendant before I even checked on her. I didn't realize that, and I ate someone's.
Yeah, and they're
food.
like, haha, greedy assholes.
Yeah, it's like I didn't realize it was that meta, or that.
Yeah, it just really makes you think about the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
And it
Also,
changed my life forever when I was 13.
yeah. Also, I do have the other two save files. I just figured I'd just keep them and just pick the one that I could save on, so I'm never picking the other two because those were on the previous owner's save file. Which I bought this.
Oh, this
game.
is a cartridge.
Yeah, this is the actual legit cartridge. I bought this game when we were at Reset Games back in Bellingham.
Oh.
Damn.
It's that old. Remember Reset Games?
Of course. That's where I got my Persona games. And The World Ends With You as well, I think.
The World Ends With You, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you
DS
did,
game.
Actually, I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, just those kind of RPGs are a little bit harder to find at stores like GameStop.
I forgot about that. And yet those games are now super expensive. I guess she's not in the maid suit anymore. Oh, by the way, did you see Justin's clip of me reacting to Frog's name?
You're so disappointed. You'll find out through. I mean, well, I won't say anything, but
Yeah. Well, okay.
At least Frog has like the medieval dialect in this game, whereas in the DS remake they made him talk like just like a normal person. It kind of.
Oh, is that
kinda
one of
lame
the
in
reasons why
comparison.
you were like no to it?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I would say to play the SNES instead of the DS, because they just changed Frog's writing for some reason.
I guess it's because it's harder to like people to understand. That's the thing. But yeah, listen. If you so to give you context, basically, each character I get to have in my party and play as, they have a default set of names. This default name, which the game automatically gives you if you just don't want to make your own name, right?
Okay.
And there's this frog character that's supposed to be a knight to the prince, to the queen. That basically says, oh yeah, you can just call me Frog. They didn't come up with any creative name for him.
Well, but his name
Probably
is in
frog.
Japanese though, so there's also that to consider. Maybe his name is Furogu in Japanese, which sounds a little bit more clever than being literal and naming him Kaeru.
Yeah, that was like, they could have just named him Croaker or something.
That just sounds silly though.
I mean, is it less silly than just naming a person human?
That would just be
Pumpkin.
boring, I guess.
Oh, I have to have food?
I don't know, but Nick, do you think this is like the best RPG ever yet?
I mean, I like it better than Eternal Darkness, that's for sure.
You beat that game, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And my disappointment is just like the guy who reviewed the Popeyes chicken.
Yikes.
Frog is a simple frog. Frog is such a simple name. And he's more complex than just that. Oh, that thing is fast. Oh, that thing stole?
Yeah, rats can steal stuff from you.
Oh god, I didn't... Oh, okay, so they... I can't even attack them, they just disappear. Oh, okay. Now I know. I thought I could just run into them and get it. But other than that... Ew! An octopus on top of a lady.
This is not safe for work.
That's not safe for work at all. And this is made in Japan.
Okay. What does that have to do with it?
I think
Oh.
he's implying it's preferred, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Nah. Never.
So I guess your opinion of Eternal Darkness is about equal to my opinion of Duke Nukem Forever after beating that game.
Why would you force yourself to beat Duke Nukem Forever?
I mean, well, I decided to check it out, and I was like, is it as terrible as they were saying? It's like, it's not like it's the worst game I've ever played, it was just very underwhelming, because they took a concept that could have been like a fun, like, 90s throwback shooter, and instead made a boring Halo ripoff. That's
Hey,
kind of what
that's-
Duke Nukem Forever amounted to. It was like, it couldn't really decide what it wanted to be. It was just like, gameplay-wise, it was like Halo, but just with more like sexism. And then they just kind of decided to throw stuff at, like, after several levels of like more action-oriented stages, they just had like kind of a walk-around fetch quest in a strip club where you have to like find like a popcorn and a condom and a dildo and bring them to a stripper. And there's like no action at all, and it's like they decided they just need to make this feel like more like a Duke Nukem Forever game, and so they just decided to throw in a strip club level, even though it's boring.
You've seen too much anime to know where this is going. Lith, I've seen too much to know where everything is going.
So yeah, Duke Nukem Forever was kind of lame. I mean, some of the weapons were kind of fun to use, I guess, but overall, it was like, guys, why do you do this?
Would you say...
I'm playing Duke Nukem 3D right now, and I'm enjoying it a lot more.
Would you say it's like the worst game you ever played?
No, because I just said that it wasn't.
I didn't hear that.
Oh.
I tune like 25% of what you say out of my head.
Oh, good to know that you always do that.
I mean, it's good to know
I'll just talk 80% less then. Or 75%
Wow.
less. But nah, it's like if I had to rate it, it would be like a 2-star game.
that makes sense.
It wasn't like the worst thing ever. Like there were some eye parts, but then there were some parts that were quite boring.
I mean, there's booby parts.
I thought you were gonna get to throw turds around all the time, and it turns out that you only get to throw one turd in the entire game, and it's like, oh.
I think you can find more.
Lame.
I think you can find more turds in the game if you wanted to.
Find more turds. Oh my
But
God.
it's
Yeah.
like being able to pick up the turd and throw it is like funny, whereas most of the other attempts at humor in that game are just like, we're just gonna use the number 69 a lot and call that humor, and it's like,
Well,
I mean, isn't that sometimes what we do?
yeah, but we're funnier than Duke Nukem Forever.
I mean, we're funner than I don't give a darn. Yeah, if you haven't seen Duke Nukem Forever, you know Duke Nukem, right, Alyssa?
No.
How would you describe Duke Nukem then, Kyle?
I mean, the character of Duke Nukem, like, it's a character from the 90s, right? This is like 90s, like, first-person shooters.
Okay.
And Duke Nukem was supposed to be kind of like a parody of, like, sexist, cheesy, like, macho action heroes. And so there was this game in the mid-90s called Duke Nukem 3D, and it was like an OG first-person shooter, and people loved it and stuff. And it was like very silly, but also a very smartly designed game. And then they were going to make Duke Nukem Forever, and it just became like a meme in the video game industry, because that game was announced in like 1997, but just kept getting delayed over and over and over again.
Until 2011 or 12, where it finally
Yeah, the
released.
game finally came out in 2011 after years of being like a joke of like it being a game that would never come out, and then it did come out and it sucks. And it was like, oh, well, it would have been better if this was just like a game industry legend of a game that never came out, and so they just made a game that disappointed everyone.
You know what's funny is that Randy Pitchford, the like I guess like not anymore CEO, but at the for a long time the CEO of Gearbox, says to Twitter as a hot take, that he actually likes Aliens, Colonial Marines, and Duke Nukem Forever. He thinks those are good games.
Like I said, there were some parts of Duke Nukem Forever that like the gameplay could be kind of alright, but I mean, playing Duke Nukem 3D now, like, I don't know. What I saw on Reddit, I was curious what people on Reddit thought of the game, and they put it pretty well when they said that it was a acceptable first-person shooter, but a terrible Duke Nukem sequel. Which I think sums it up pretty well.
Yes, yes, Lith, it should have been canceled, or like at least built from a ground, like better engine than engine from like basically 10 years ago when it was continuing development kind of thing. That's the only problem.
If they made it a bit more like a first-person shooter parody, they could have succeeded more from that angle. The thing is, like, Duke Nukem was a parody of a lot of B movies that people nowadays wouldn't know well. And so it's not so much that the humor is like, I don't know, it's not so much like it's politically incorrect or whatever. It's more that it's just humor that like doesn't really make sense now. Because
The dated references.
yeah, it's just like, I don't know, if just Duke Nukem Forever, just hang out with strippers or whatever. Like, it's a lot of Duke Nukem's one-liners or stuff that was like taken directly from movies that came out in like the 80s and 90s. So when 2000s movies don't really have that same kind of humor, at that point Duke Nukem's not really parodying relevant pop culture anymore.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, they could have made fun of Halo more. Like, they made fun of Halo once, where it was like, hey Duke, you gotta put on your armor or your like protective helmet, and it like literally shows like Master Chief's helmet.
Oh really? I never recognized
Yeah,
that part.
and Duke is just like, I don't want to say the exact word, I don't know, he's like, helmets are for insert word that starts with P here, you know, like,
Potato?
sure, helmets are for potatoes. Or helmets are for pits, like wet-ass pits, you know. Like WAP.
WAP.
So yeah, they made a thing of like saying like, oh, Halo sucks, haha, it's
Did you
stupid,
just
but then
spank
the
her
game is just a
butt?
bad Halo ripoff. And did Marl just twerk in front of the enemy?
She just spanked her butt to confuse it.
Oh,
I'm confused
Well,
because
speaking of 90s games that don't age well,
I feel like I'm now confused. How does that confuse the person? Does she want to arouse and flirt with them to confuse them?
I mean, hey Nick, you're confused, aren't you?
yeah, it worked.
See, it works.
But that's the only confusion with, like it's supposed to be only for enemies, not me. I'm the player. It was a taunt, what she did. No one ever taunts like that. Especially in this political era.
Oh, do emotes unlocked from channel points only last for like an hour or something?
No, they should last for a whole entire day.
Oh, well, I did that earlier, and I unlocked Blazer Mistake, and now I can't use it anymore. So I guess, wow, channel points are... I shouldn't have spent that. I should have just kept saving toward my next request or whatever.
They should be like for a whole day.
Well, apparently not.
I mean, you can easily do it. Just subscribe to me. And Lissa could subscribe to me too on her channel. Too bad for you too. Clearly, she's not paying attention.
I think she's currently trying to voice act Hooktail.
I guess so.
Maybe a spider appeared in her room and she's
Holding a vacuum.
hiding somewhere.
She just needs to burn her house all the way to the ground.
That's what it feels like to me when I see a spider inside like my apartment.
Is your apartment like super small so you can't really?
There's a game. There's a game for that if you want to live out your fantasy of setting things on fire.
That's true. There is a game for that. How was that game, James? You played it a little bit.
It's interesting. Like you have like things like a drone with explosives strapped to it, a lawnmower, a flamethrower, a shotgun, assault rifle. There's things.
So you got- So you got options, basically.
Yeah.
I will say at least this game doesn't have like random encounters.
Yep.
It's not dated,
It's one of the things that makes it a standout 90s RPG, because it just had field encounters instead.
which was actually very different. We came from the laboratories to the west. What? Hey, we got people who crossed the ruins. Say again? You're joking. Oh, there are people who can beat up those freaking mutants. Who are you? I am food. Not that I really care. Okay, dude. Are you Kyle who basically sends people that I don't give a dang? All of them have look exactly the same. Stay away from Death Peak. I feel like that's gonna be something I'm gonna go to anyway. But I'm still hungry. Is there a hunger system? Please tell me there's not a hunger system.
There's not.
Making conversation, man.
Hello, Alyssa, you returned.
Did you kill the spider?
What? I've been listening. I just haven't had anything to say.
Did you hear us even make a comment about you making a having a spider?
We were making jokes about why you weren't answering when we were trying to talk to you.
Oh no, I was.
Then
I'm
clearly,
still talking to my friend who got engaged. So.
Oh, right. Well, that makes sense.
so
I'm in and
clearly, you weren't listening to us.
No.
Well,
listening,
Alyssa
but it
can't
was
listen
more
to us. She's
background
got other
noise.
matters on her hands because she's currently engaged.
She's currently engaged to her friend. Congratulations, Alyssa.
I didn't say that. We don't need to.
What?
You don't need to go beyond Tomodachi Life shipping. But
Oh.
So, Alyssa, when are we going to your wedding?
I'm not having a wedding.
But I thought you were engaged. Thank you for hydrate.
I don't know who told you such falsehoods.
Tomodachi Kyle.
Tomodachi.
But which version of Tomodachi Kyle? You never know.
I mean, the original Tomodachi Kyle sure seems to know a lot about marriage and divorce. So
So, yeah.
Yee.
Yeah. I still, it's still weird. Like, actually still weird that, our age group, we're now knowing people who are actually getting married.
Oh,
Once.
I know people who've had kids already. Have 2 kids.
2 kids?
yikes.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I was like, I see so many people I knew, like in high school, like going into university, like some of my seniors who graduated like 2-3 years before me from high school were already getting married, and it was like, oh yeah, we're having kids, and it was like, geez, this is weird. And now it's like, I graduated, and now it's even more weird that I'm seeing many of my classmates are getting like engaged and getting married and having kids, and it's like, this is weird. Went into the
Yeah,
top.
well, late 20s, you know, that happens.
I don't want to grow up. Can I be a kid forever?
You want to be a rugrat?
A Toys R Us
Or-
kid.
I wanna be. I'm a big kid now.
That's a little bit different.
I know it's weird. Yeah, it is. Speaking of Rugrats, it's actually the Rugrats first movie actually had its anniversary day today, which was I think it's like 20 years old. No, it is like 23 years old. You know, the Rugrats first movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I didn't really watch Rugrats growing up. I wasn't really a fan.
Okay, Kyle.
Rugrats. I didn't like when they like aged them up. I was kind
All Grown Up was like worse. Yeah, that show was just kind of
that was just
unnecessary.
weird.
All Grown Up was weird. Yeah. It was not exactly great.
No, I mean I enjoyed Rugrats, but I much preferred like Recess and things like that.
Recess was good, yeah.
You had a poor childhood. Are you talking about Kyle not watching Rugrats, or us growing up with watching All Grown Up? I can't tell, Lith. Kyle not watching. Okay, Kyle not watching Rugrats.
I was watching like Jackie Chan Adventures and Pokemon and SpongeBob and many other things, so
Watch them all, man.
I simply watch many cartoons that I preferred to Rugrats. Oh hey, Blazer Gamer 112 just went live.
Did he know?
Yeah, whoever that is.
Sounds very lame.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess I should unfollow that person because I think they're on my follow list. Just kidding.
Fall age 1 year.
For an entire year, wow.
Been like, yeah, it's been a long time since a lot of people just like joined.
Oh my god. I've been following for basically 5 years longer. Wow.
I mean,
Than Luigi.
you actually followed me You're the oldest follower on my followers
I guess
list.
it would have been in fall quarter of whatever school year that was.
Yeah, you are actually are legit my oldest follower. Which I find funny, to be honest.
I'm your oldest follower. I'm a freaking 75-year-old man named Pablo who's passionate about tap dancing.
Yeah, you are. Five. 4. Oh, is he gonna explode?
Load.
He's gonna explode. Oh, I did nothing. Oh, I'm gonna die. Kyle, I'm gonna die.
Well, it's nice knowing you.
No, wait. I had so much to live for. I was gonna retire in 2 weeks. Or whatever that phrase is. Oh, revives the bits. Okay, so he doesn't explode, he just revives bits.
Lame.
That's lame. I feel that's cheating. He followed before your channel truly started. That's true.
Oh, well, I cheated, dude.
Kyle cheats all the time.
I mean, I don't know. I wish I was still listed as like the longest follower on Grace's channel, but apparently like I accidentally clicked or tapped unfollow at some point, so I'm not listed as being like her first follower anymore.
I wonder if I'm the first follower now.
And I followed when her channel like actually started because I watched like her first stream, so
I wonder if I'm now the...
bums me out.
Now I'm that one? Oh man. I mean, I did want to stream back then. I mean, I streamed a couple times back when I was in university. I remember streaming Jackbox one time. Remember Jackbox? All those delays that we had to deal with?
Yeah, you had to like yell the countdown at us.
Yeah, it's like I had to basically tell you guys to hurry up, otherwise it's not gonna work. Like Discord streaming saved a lot of that delaying. Oh yeah, it was like remember that even that bomb game. You remember the bomb
That game is stressful even like normally.
Mm-hmm. The bomb game is like super stressful, but I found it fun.
I don't remember what bomb game you're talking about.
Remember the bomb?
It's the one where you have to like defuse a bomb where each player has like different instructions. They only it's like everyone has like certain rules they had to follow. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a riddle where everyone has to tell each other the instructions
that's
you're
the one
given
that
to
it's like-
rule out which wire to cut.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Isn't that only a 2-person game?
No, it's a 4-person.
It's a 4-person.
Yeah, it's actually 4-person. It was the time where I was just like you, Jamie, I, and Kyle were like we were like trying to debate what we were gonna do, and I was like, let's try the bomb game, and Kyle was just like, dude, I don't want to do it, it's so stressful. I was like, let's just play the bomb game with all 4 of us. Dude, it's like I trust my time with Jet better than the group we have right now to do the bomb game or something like that.
Oh my god.
Like Kyle trusts his Jet friends more than he trusts us.
I mean, it might just be you, but...
I mean, it could be you too. Also, hi Rivers.
Nah. Can't be me.
I mean, you backstabs, bamboozled us.
Different. You know? That's more stabbing, not exploding. You know, it's different.
I mean, both can cause killing.
Can cause killing. Can cause death.
I mean, stabbing doesn't necessarily mean you're dead.
Exactly, you know? Sometimes it's a necessity for life.
Mm-hmm. Everything's rotten. How are we doing today? We're doing fine. I'm playing Chrono Trigger after I played a little Chibi Robo earlier today, and we played a game show called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It turns out all of us are really bad at learning.
Yeah, we didn't win $1 million,
No.
even though we wanted to be millionaires.
Yeah.
Those questions were interesting.
What? Like,
How many nouns are in this question?
what do you call Phoenix people? Phoenix residents. Phoenix residents.
I hate it. Ugh,
Lisa just like, I hate everything.
hate it.
You call them the 100. No, the questions was horrifying. Yes, but we actually had a good laugh nonetheless. A seed. Suppose it would grow in a place like this? The following is written on a soil sheet of paper. The rat is more than just a statue. It knows the secret of this dome. Catch it. I guess I have to catch that rat.
Otherwise, they're just gonna take your stuff.
Usually, yeah. Got it.
Squeak! I give up.
Press and hold the L and R buttons, and then press A to access the secret passage. Squeak. But also, don't make any mistakes, or you'll be sorry. Uh-oh. So press.
You'll be sorry.
Wasn't that like a furniture commercial or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what business that was.
Yeah, it's definitely a commercial. You'll be sorry.
188-2305.
Today.
Oh, you'll be sorry does sound vaguely threatening.
You'll be sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google
it's
search this.
just
What freaking furniture
carefully.
store was that?
You'll be sorry. Err.
Oh my god, dude, what business was that? Google's not helping me.
Google's not helping. Did you just type in "I'll be sorry" commercial?
I typed "You'll be sorry" furniture slogan.
I don't know, actually.
That's right. You'll be sorry commercial.
Oh, video only.
Oh, that's the one that is video only. Oh, it's not a furniture store, it's a video store. There we go.
Oh yeah,
It is video only.
video. Isn't video only like just a? Why did light turn on? Isn't video only a TV store?
Yeah, and it appears that it is West Coast based, which is probably why doing a Google search isn't going to help you much because it's such a regional thing.
I never did.
You know, maybe on like the second page.
You know what's funny is that I kept seeing video only, and I thought it was such an old store because video only made me think it was a VCR only store. I mean, wouldn't it? This is like video only. Who would just say
Like
video only?
Blockbusters.
You can let's see. The question was over. Stuck on which theme fits Digits best? Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, or experiment with Kenny or Mega's theme? Whatever sounds most metal, Luigi.
Most metal. Nice. Anyway, good night, guys.
No,
Have
Alyssa, don't
fun.
leave yet. You have
Night.
to tell us when your wedding is.
I'm not getting married.
But then who?
Yeah, give it like maybe 10 years. We'll see.
Then who will I crash the wedding with?
I thought you were about to say who am I going to marry, and I was like, Nick, are you suggesting something here?
I will marry myself. Thank you very much.
You could do that.
Yeah, just put the ring on and be like, all right, I've proposed. I'm engaged now.
I mean, I could also marry a pizza like someone did.
Marry pizza. Yeah. Marry your car, you know, there's
Or
a
a
lot
video
of
game
options.
character like somebody did in Japan.
Or
Yeah.
marry your DS.
Well, that's what that
Yeah, well,
was. It was like them
I
marrying their
wish you
DS
two
dating simulator game.
happiest gaming days ahead of you.
I wish you
Right.
won a happy life.
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright,
what-
I'm going to sign off too.
But Kyle, you can't leave yet. I'm playing Chrono Trigger.
I gotta work out,
Yeah.
dude, and I'll come back
Work-
later.
Okay.
Jeez.
Work out
Bye.
on the call. All right. Good night, Alyssa.
No, Nick. Good night.
Good night. Let's see. Digits is 100% Spike Dudley. I made an extra challenge for the superstar has to wrestle. I don't know if Spike is going through. Digits, I shall send you 3. Pick one and enjoy most. Bento has dibs on Blazer. Sorry, Bento does not have dibs on these. Anyway, how you been doing, Rivers? But yeah, Luigi, if you can't decide or Digits can't decide, I recommend picking whatever song is the most metal sounding. You missed Telly answering some US questions, Rivers. It was funny. He was so upset. Give him Gold Dust theme. I don't know what the Gold Dust theme is. I feel if Digits was a wrestler, he could be a Gold Dust. What is Gold Dust? I'll have to listen to that later, Luigi. Not listening to it now. I don't know wrestling. I don't know all the pay-per-view wrestling. Man, pay-per-view was a thing. When I heard about pay-per-view, I always thought it was like literally like paper and then you view it. Not pay-per-view. I never went with pay-per-view anyway. Never really was interested in those type of stuff. Rivers, would Kraid fit for Finn Balor theme? Yep, better ask Rivers for that because I don't know. No. Oh man, I have to watch the Gold Dust stuff. Man, this is gonna be weird. Whoa. All right, let's see. There's something to do with those doors. I don't know if I can... there has to be something with those doors. I can't get through them. So this is the info center. Good, the computer's still operational. If we run a search on time warps, we might find our gate. Here, got it. East of Eris Dome. Where is it? Of course, it's in the last sector. That would be Protodome, I believe. If you look up, do you think you could find anything with this device? What does this button do?
Explode.
Why would you press something random if you don't know? 1999 AD. Here's your record of the day of Lavos.
Is it weird if this game is set in the past?
Well, technically, well, I guess yeah, it's set in the past.
Or is this... Wait, what year is it in the game?
So right now it's currently past 1999, or it is 1999 AD, because we're seeing what happened to this future. Because like we were in the 1000 AD, that's what our time is. We went to the past, which was 680, I believe. And then this is like 1999 80, I believe. What is that? Lavos, is that what's destroying our world? Must truly be in the future. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. I knocked my system and now I get this. Uh-oh. Oh. Time to go back in. Guys, don't knock your cartridge. Game crashed. Luckily enough, I don't think I lost too much progress. I just have to go through this area again. We don't need a counter for all the crashes. Come on, it's not gonna happen that often. See the Phanto one? I feel like I'm gonna get game crash every single stream if that's gonna happen. Continue happening. Well, I'll be back to where I was in a bit. It's gonna take a little bit. Oh. What kind of, are you still working on the WWE 2015, Luigi? Is that what you're doing right now? Oh, you should make one for Rivers too. And make Rivers John Cena. Because you never see rivers. I'd never be a John Cena. I'm not a company man. Oh, I mean more so like you're never seen, but I guess you could say it like that. What would you be then, Rivers? What kind of wrestling person would you be? What would be like your signature stuff? Oh, with how I am at work, bite my tongue. So yeah, not a yes man. Yes man. So what? If you're not a yes man, would you be a no man? That's a bad joke. But by the way, Luigi and Rivers, you guys have any plans for the holidays? The holidays are coming up. I know for Luigi and I are gonna be Thanksgiving. Well, yeah, I think Luigi and I are Thanksgiving. Rivers, are you gonna be doing anything for holidays? At least Christmas? I don't know if you guys ever celebrate Thanksgiving where you are. Because the holidays are coming up and all that. Well, Thanksgiving. Well, your Thanksgiving is past? No, Thanksgiving for us is still going. Our Thanksgiving is not until our Thursday, which is in like 4 days from now. Yours was last month? Jesus. You guys have early Thanksgiving. Yeah, our Thanksgiving is happening on the Thursday. I guess is it the second to last week? I guess it is like basically the last Thursday of the month. Well, I hope that it goes well, Lith. Maybe, hey, maybe your snobby extended family might give you some rare games as the Christmas gifts. Never know. I mean, I don't know who came up with Thanksgiving first, Livers. They are the ones who set the time. That's the thing. I don't know who did that. I just thought that the Americans colonized and did Thanksgiving first. But then again, me, you did everything. All right, Rivers. Describe to me, how did you make Thanksgiving all around the world? Because I thought it was made in like. Are you saying that you are at least 400 years old? Is it 400? No. Well, 300. I would say 300 years old. I'm a viral guy. You are very viral. Wait. Hey. Oh yeah, she has a big mouth. Jesus. I refuse to believe it. This can't be the way the world ends. Chrono. There's only one thing we could do. We must change history, just like Chrono did when he saved me. Okay, Luca? Okay, Chrono? I guess so. It was a stroke of luck that we were sent here through that gate. Chrono, let's go. Now, Luca, look, together we can do this. Let's take a second and do some more research and levels, activities back in our own time period. Next up, Protodome. So we gotta save the future, basically. I can see the future. Blazer, I don't know what to play. Give me a list of games, or are you saying like what? Are you feeling a certain type? No, I was like, or like, let's see. Give me a list of games, or you absolutely don't know, and I'll try to think of a game that a game you could play. I have many games to list. Send me a list. I'll look at it and I'll see which ones feel like a good ones for you to play right now. Good thing my party members don't. Yeah, good thing my party members don't get affected by enemies like that. I was already back, man. It's our future. Huh? Who cares? Where's the food? This is all we could get. Seeds? Don't know how long the Enertron will hold out. Those seeds might be your only hope. Davis, and so do we. Huh. You're strange. You're different from us. I think it's because we're healthy. Healthy? Got a nice ring to it. Or try growing seeds. One of those. It just might be our future. Heading to the Protodome? Go by the way of Laboratory 32 and take this with you. Got the bike key. It's the key to the jet bike in Lab 32. Used to ride it when I was young. Hope it still works. They've got more powerful robots over there. Take care and stay healthy. I'm thinking I might go on PS4 and play WWE 2K20. I mean, Luigi is making WWE WWE characters, so there's that. I don't know how good the WWE games are, but I heard UFC is pretty good. At least fighting wise. Those K games are just are a lot. They just go on. There's so many of those games every year. Must report to Sir Crawley. I know what this place is. The older ones are good. The WWE games are poop. The new one games suck. Oof. Same with UFC. Okay. Which fighting game is your favorite then? You must have played like a lot of them. I forgot to heal. I'm gonna go back and heal. My guy in UFC has like stupid outpower. My fights end in 30 seconds to 1 minute. Then I'd say WWE because that's short. To me, that's short. But the one I have, and it's so glitchy. Hey, glitches are fun. I always like the glitches in some games, even like maybe not too much of game breaks, but glitches are always fun to make fun of. They make the game a little bit more unique, is what I would say. Oh, there's a bridge. I saw it, Ribbit. There's nothing here. It's true, Ribbit. Scram. No, not when you get predict the reverse button super early. So it's like bad inputs and stuff like that. This is a tad on the spooky side. Fish folks. Yes, sir. Yeah, when it comes to glitches in terms of like button presses, then yeah, that is annoying. But I don't know, playing short game. Is there any game that you were interested in to play, or like something that you haven't got into in a while? Like something that you're curious about. It could be like if you try something different, maybe. I've been wanting to try some sort of survival game where you need to hunt and build. Let's see. First thing that coming into my mind is Fortnite.
Mountain Phil, that sounds like Valheim.
Valheim?
I think.
I mean,
It's a
Valheim.
survival game we have to build.
Yeah, Valheim is on sale right now, so you can get it and try it. Valheim is pretty good, I heard. How's that
Was
hunting?
that hunting or building a shelter? No?
The Fortnite.
Oh well, you hunt other players and you build forts to protect yourself.
True.
Yep. Okay, Rivers, I'm just trying to be logical here.
It's
I actually played Fortnite for a few months.
yeah, I saw you did. I tried. I tried.
I
Fortnite.
couldn't really keep up with because some players they'll just he's just seen how quickly they assemble stuff and it's just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Like they put up six, they build up 6 panels a second and I'm just like, oh, god.
Yeah, no, it's like Fortnite is too competitive. I tried in the at PAX. This is James. I am in my public Discord if you want to talk more instead of typing if you're up for that too. State your name, mystery man. James, would you like to? State your name and occupation in gaming.
I don't really. What occupation in gaming? What's that supposed to be?
I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, Rivers has Elder Scrolls Online and World of Warcraft. There's that. Never got into FPSs. FPSs, I would say, Lith, are really hard to get into if you're never got into them younger, I guess. Because there's a lot of things, aspects about FPSs that are very different. And also very difficult to do. So there's that. I mean, I like FPSs because I grew up with like Halo and Call of Duty. And my throat really hurts. I think I heard it a little too much. I swallowed something really hard. But yeah. It's definitely like a very specific gaming category, that's for sure. That if you're not used to, then it's like good luck with that. This is a dead end for now. I don't think it's a dead end. Complete. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so that's one of the tricky things about a lot of games is sometimes it's hard to distinguish what's the environment and what's
Yeah.
actually practical.
Yeah, it's also that it's hard to see sometimes with what you got. Well, now I know. Now I know all these things are traps. Nothing here. Let's see. Anything else in terms of that? Yeah, Valheim is I would say is a recommendation. I mean, with Black Friday going on sale right now too, there's a lot of games that are going on sale. Maybe play an emulator game or something like that. Is there like a Nintendo game you want to try? Do not try Eternal Darkness. Nah, as much as I jokingly rag on Eternal Darkness, there's some aspects that are nice, but it's not really that great of a game. You know what? A game I would recommend, Skies of Arcadia in recent years. I played. It actually legit was a very fun game that I was not expecting to have a lot of fun with. Honestly, I was thinking like it was gonna drag on so much that I just didn't care enough for it anymore. We just got halfway done with the Legend of Zelda. I kind of want to play more Legend of Zelda games, but I've seen well, I haven't beat the original, which is one of them. I've seen Phantom Hourglass, Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, Link to the Past. I guess I want to try Spirit Tracks is one of them, I guess. I can't do anything in the sewer. There are a lot of things I want to do. Hey, maybe again, like we were talking about I was earlier with some people. Maybe that community charity thing where people donate, and if we meet goals, we can have people play stuff. Like Rivers, will play Link to the Past on his stream. Actually, Rivers, have you? I don't know if Telly ever told you about what we discussed earlier about it. I know it was slightly shortly talked about. I don't think we ever talked about it with many people, but I've told like a couple people that might be interested in it, kind of thing. About like the group charity thing. You barely speak to Telly. Oh, that's sad. Gotta get on that. Yeah, time zones are annoying. Wait. Hold it right there. What the?
Hey, it's the man.
Like that's thanks for the intro, babe.
The man.
You lowlifes can't call me. You lowlifes can call me Johnny. Now listen up. Part of an old highway leads through these ruins. Think you can beat me in the bike race? Use that jet bike? Don't chicken out, babe. Do you know how to ride? No. Alright, listen up. The gas is on auto, so there's only one speed. Fast. Use it.
Sounds like a terrible design.
Yep. Control pad to steal. Press the B button for a turbo boost. I'll give you 3 of them, but it takes a moment to recharge between boosts. Check your position at the bottom screen. Now show me what you got, babe. Winning does that to Johnny's hair. Huh. But yeah. Rivers, to give you a context of what I'm talking about. I remember on the couple streams ago, and not like last week or something like that. It was like a couple streams ago, back in October, I think. Yeah, where Telly and Carl and I were on call, and we were like talking about stuff, and we was like, oh yeah, a charity stream where a bunch of group streamers stream at different times to take over would be a fun thing to do for charity. Like basically I would stream at my afternoon to evening kind of thing, and then I'll be switching it over to like someone like Digits, Digits or Grace or something like that, and we basically throw a raid to each person, and then like throughout the day, and then basically like my morning would be like your afternoon, and it would be like you take over for the stream kind of thing. Like we basically be passing on in a charity stream where each of us have our own segments, and we can do like different things and also stretch goals on what to do kind of thing. on like what it is, and this is gonna be like on a weekend or something like that. So it's like constant passing over as long as we can, and then hopefully we raise enough money to get a goal kind of thing. It was like a nice little idea with a bunch of us doing it together. Oh, this is F-Zero. Wait, what am I supposed to do?
I think you're just supposed to get there ahead of them.
Yeah, and block the other person, I guess. I did it. So I thought I had to dodge rocks, but apparently I just have to just block him. That's such a weird thing. What's the charity? I'm not a streamer though. I mean, you could be now. What's the charity though? We don't. We have never discussed it. This is because this was gonna thing that we were saying that every stream. Because we're gonna pick like one charity for all of us to go with and pick, and we never discussed this because obviously haven't basically finalized as something that we're gonna commit to doing. Everyone says it's a good idea, I've told, but we never committed to it. And plus this is gonna take a lot of planning, and then like we pick a day, and then we were thinking like sometime in like April, May or something like that. March, May or something like, I don't know. Sometimes like during springtime. Like in like transitioning from winter to spring, basically like springtime. And basically that's where we're gonna be the charity, and like advertise it all kind of thing. Like it's so far out there, but enough that we don't we can plan enough and advertise it enough kind of thing and all that. So it's like one of those things that we don't even have an idea what charity it would be. You beat me. I don't get it. You can challenge me anytime. We'll ride the wind, babe. At least he saved me from the battling again. God, my throat hurts. I mean, if you have an idea, not against it. Oh, that's 25, huh? The only charity I donate to is Women in Crisis. Yeah, I never really help. I mean, like there's some. I know that Carl donated likes able gamers with disability as well. So I don't know. Again, this is a thing that people who are on board would agree on one charity and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're too picky on it or like you can't really do that stuff, there's gonna be problems. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just one of those things that be best if we can agree on something. But yeah, it was like an idea. I thought you might be interested in it is all. Again, I don't know if we're all 100% committed to it. I just I think a lot of us are just like it's a nice idea with some good causes, and we could do a lot with it. It's just one of those things that who knows what we're gonna do. I always do women's crisis because it's single mothers, a woman, domestic abuse needs help. Understandable. Like, really, it's understandable why you do that. I think, like, a lot of charities, though, there's a lot of people out there that deserves help in a way. I'm more open to, like, have options to, like, as many people as possible. Oh, that's a really good thing. You deduct your pay and everything. That's actually really nice. Yeah, I basically donate to any charity because I always think that yeah, Women in Crisis is important. I don't disown that or like think it's less significant than any other. I just like to see like there are other peoples with other problems as well out there. So I see it. I just like to see like which is good for a lot of it. Like, I think Women in Crisis is a really good cause, and what you're doing is a really good cause. I just don't know if it's like something that I think is like, because like I want to see like I want to donate to a charity that is very important right now, like something that is really a lot of people are struggling with. So that's what I think I would personally prefer to do. Not just like a specific section. Like, yeah, there's like people with all problems over it, and the domestic abuse is always there. It's just, I don't know how to word this right without sounding it like I'm demeaning Women in Crisis, because I really am not trying to.
Things that affect the general population. Going forward.
I guess. But that still demeans the women's in crisis, and women in crisis, like single mothers that are getting like domestic abuse and stuff like that, are really important. Yeah, I get. I know. I'm glad that you got to know what I'm trying to say. I'm just like, without people like context wise who are just listening to this, I'm just like trying to. Wording is hard. English wording is hard. There's a lot of ways you can take English to another way, and it's very difficult to understand it. So I don't know. It's bad, I guess. It is what it is. It's in bad shape, but it appears to be a humanoid robot. Incredible. I think I can fix it. What? It might attack us. I can make sure it won't. Machines aren't capable of evil. Humans make them that way. Luca, you pity them, don't you? Let me get to work now, okay? Luca is really nice. She may be one of those, like, impulsive friends who work on a lot of stuff, but yeah. The door won't budge. Right, that does it. Fix it, Luca. I'm going to give it some juice. Oh, is that one of my party members? I think that is going to be one of my party members. Good morning.
Good morning, mistress. What is your command?
Okay, that is a bad robot. I'm not a mistress. I'm Meryl. This is Chrono.
Luca here fixed you. Understood. Madam Luca fixed me.
Just Luca would do.
Impossible. That would be rude.
Look, I hate formal titles. Don't you, Meryl?
Hate him. I understand, Luca.
Alright. What's your name? Now, what's your name?
Name? Oh, my serial number is R66-Y.
R66-Y. Cool. No, that won't do at all. Come on, Chrono, let's give him a better name. Robo is the default name. I don't know how to say it like art. I guess like Robo is the default name we're going with.
Robo? Robo, that's perfect. Your new name is Robo, okay? I am Robo. Alright, data storage complete.
Hey, Robo, why aren't there any people here?
What has happened here? There were many humans and others of my kind in this dome.
I think something awful happened here.
It would appear so. But how is it that you survived?
We came through a time warp from the year 1000. While exploring Eris Dome, we learned that there was a gate here. We found you when we came looking for the gate. But the door into the inner chambers is locked, so we're out of luck.
The power is off. If we go to the factory up north, I can pass through security and activate the dome's generator.
Do that for us?
You repaired me, now it's my turn to help you. But the generator won't run for long, so someone must stay behind to open the door while the power is on.
Then Meryl or I will stay. We'll stay Meryl or Luca. To be honest, Meryl is really good, so I kind of want to leave Luca. But I'll have to think here. I feel like Luca staying behind is a good idea. Oh, how the robot runs is also pretty cute. So yeah, Robo is my party member. How is he? He's level 10. Oh, nice. So far, Lith. All right. So far, all the characters you've met in the party member, who is your favorite so far? It'll be Luca. Ooh, Luca. Really? Yeah, she's really nice and smart.
Override security system 00100.
Luca is actually pretty good. Who's your least favorite so far then? Just Frog because of the name. You know what? That is fair. Personally, I like Frog and Robo because of how they are acting and everything. I would say let's see. Least favorite I like Robo and Frog because like Frog has a really nice dialect and Robo is just cute, but Robo has early on. Medium is just Luca and Meryl so far. Chrono is my least favorite because I'm picking the generically like a person, but again, that's not really helpful because it's like he's a protagonist. You're the one who decides his talking style and everything. So, I don't know. I would say, honestly, so far, Mero or Luca would be tied to my least favorite, really. It's still early on. There's a lot of aspects of it that don't work. I don't know, James, do you have a favorite in this game so far?
My favorite character?
Yep.
Does Gato count?
Gato?
I don't know.
Who's Gato again?
Gato was the robot. Not that robot. The one that goes dung 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 dung. It's the cat ears. Like you fight it and it gives you like silver points or shenanigans.
Has it been that long since I... Oh, right. The first one. I mean, I guess you can say that is a character. You got any predictions though for this game, future? Lith, do you have any predictions what will happen to this game? This game has a lot more to offer. I think like for the prediction wise, everyone will have a happy ending except the main character. Main bad guy from the future? Maybe. I feel like this game is going to be one of those games where the main character dies and everyone else has a happy ending. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just predicting here. I could be wrong though. Bad guy from the future would be also probably stereotypical though. How many characters will I have though? Oh, I guess I can oh, wait. I think I haven't. No. Who can I can have clearly more than three. Like I only can have three characters on the screen at a time, but I'll have more than 3 party members, especially with Luca around. So does that mean that... I wonder if that means... That means, I'll get a lot of characters. Let's see. Remember, this game is old and might be inventor of the trope. You might be inventor of the trope. Was there that trope before, though? The thing is that, Lith... I'm trying to think if there was any other game before this that might have invented it. I don't think so. You might be right in terms of like that regard. I mean, the main character sacrificing themselves is not a new thing, but in terms of video game logic, I guess like it is more of a new thing because video games is different. Couldn't have just done a critical attack like that earlier. Also, I should not turn off the conveyor belts, otherwise I will have problems, it says. Oh, these are the conveyor belts. I need to figure out where to go. Oh boy. I'm surprised that that attack does not even hurt the others. Can I do healing outside of battle? I wonder if I can. I can't pause, that's for sure. Oh, this is so slow. Okay. Oh my god. I wish I had more water. I don't have any water right now. Alright, can I stop on the conveyor? Okay, this is the last part. Actually, wait, I want to... Yeah, I can use it outside. Got it. Okay, so I can use it as it should, honestly. What is that attack anyway? Why do they move so fast? Why do they have to get attacked first? Okay, there's a chest there that I want to get later. Crane control code 00XA, code 01BB. XA. So I can't get my MP back easily. Gotta be careful with my MP with Robo though. Robo, no! Ouch. I think I'm gonna go get some water. My throat is actually hurting. What did I eat? I guess like it's just a popcorn kernel that really scratched it up. I hate that. Like I like popcorn, but man, popcorn kernels really irritate your throat. It's like popcorn is nice. I really like it, but when it comes to like eating them, they either get stuck in your gum, cut up your gum, or just really hurt your throat. It's like there's times where just I feel like I should never eat popcorn again. Yeah, here I am still eating it. Yeah, I do think my throat's a little bit cut up. This might be because like I drank water and ate popcorn at the same time. It's just like cut it up. It actually feels like I have an allergic reaction to popcorn, which I know I don't. So I have like I think allergic reaction to nectarines because it makes my back of my throat itch. You know that feeling where you eat something and then you just have to constantly put your tongue behind your throat and just like keep scratching it because it just won't stop bothering you. I think nectarines are mine. I'd end up drinking a lot of water to stop it. Yeah, I should. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, cool. Crap. Maybe milk would be nice. You know what? I should mention that I became slightly lactose intolerant now, which sucks because I liked milk and drinking, like eating ice cream and stuff like that. But every time I eat now dairy products, especially milk, I have to go to the bathroom, and I never used to do that. I like some cheese. I like to eat some cheese. But it's like, because when I eat certain dairy products, not all dairy products, like some ice cream I can eat, but I know that when I at least drink milk, I have to go to the bathroom. It really sucks. Because like I used to be able to drink milk a lot of the time, and I would drink milk. But I know I haven't drank milk often enough, like for like 3 years or something like that. And I would just be like, oh man. After I drank milk one time, I was just like, I had to go to the bathroom. I mean, to be fair, technically speaking, as humans, we're not supposed to drink milk. I learned that from my brother, where it's like, technically speaking, as human beings, we were never ever born to drink milk. We just evolved to a capacity where drinking milk became the norm. Yeah, you got lucky. I didn't get so lucky, unfortunately. Milk tastes so good. Dude, like, I think one of the most satisfying things I ever had with was legit chocolate milk. Chocolate milk after an intense workout. Oh my god, that is so good. Like you get so tired. Like, it's a really good workout. You run, or like for a while you're out of breath, you're very tired, or like you work out, chocolate milk, drinking it after a workout, one of the most satisfying things I have ever experienced in my life. It's so good. I haven't had chocolate milk in a while. The reason why I don't go out to get chocolate milk is because very likely I would just be like, I need to go to the bathroom immediately. Last defense lock code named Zaby, translation XABY. It's XABY. The heck is Zaby? But yeah, chocolate milk, so good. I would like to drink it, but I just don't want to go out and spend for chocolate milk, which is very likely I'm not gonna be able to drink fairly often. Hey, my brother, I'm gonna bounce for now. I got transferring my Spotify playlists over to Amazon. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, no worries, Rivers. Thank you for so much for joining. Let's talk and play games later on for sure, though. I'll be around. Let's play Uno at some point, man. Have a good night, Rivers. And you take care. I'll catch you later. But yeah, chocolate milk is really, really good. I like it. Just slide into my DNA button whenever you want a game. For sure, Rivers. I'll let you know when I'm down to game. Anyway, take care, Rivers. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be right back. I need some water. I wish I had chocolate milk. Maybe you should get something to drink too, Lith. And James, if you can. I'll be right back. I am back. I got some freshly water, so there's that. Welcome. Yep. I'm just looking at what I got. All right. Let's continue on. All right, let's solve this puzzle while we talk about stuff like milk. Huh? What is this? Huh. This is just a doorway, okay. Milk. Actually, what would be if there was no consequences to continuously drink something. Yeah, if there was no consequences to continually drink something, what would be your pick to drink all the time? Oops. James, do you have a pick?
Tina says milk.
Milk, yeah. It's like, James, if there was no consequences health-wise or anything, you can drink whatever you want every day, any day. Anytime, any day. What would you drink constantly? And it doesn't have to be like something simple like soda or like that. It's like, it can be a very specific drink, like a cocktail concoction or like something. I mean, if it's just water, then you're already doing that in a sense, but then you can drink as much water as you want. Monster Energy? Really? Monster Energy drink? Honestly, I don't really like the taste of Monster. Obviously, not counting the terrible qualities it has on Monster. It really? I've tried Monster. I actually have tried multiple versions of Monster, and I really don't like Monster. Honestly, one of my least favorite energy drinks I've ever tried. Yeah, I've tried the green one, and it is legit not my favorite.
To be honest, there aren't really any drinks that I'm particularly attached to. I don't know, I'm rather apathetic about a lot of things that exist in general.
Hmm. True. So there's like, you don't really have like a preference on what you would personally drink.
Yeah, not really.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, if you don't really have a preference on drink, I think that's pretty fair. Just means that you just don't like a lot of that type of stuff. Yeah, for me, I like Sprite. Sprite is always one of my go-to drinks, but
I remember drinking Sprite when I was younger, but like after a while, I just kind of got, I don't know, the carbonation just feels really strange.
yeah, one of the things why I'm not 100% going with if I can drink it anytime, every day, any day. There was probably like a point where I would stop getting sick of it if I just drink it constantly, obviously with no consequences. So, I mean, if I just paced it out, like drinking 1 can a day, I think I'd be generally fine. So, I do like some chocolate milk. I don't know. I don't know what would I pick my drink outside of just Sprite, to be honest. Pretty generic to me, but I guess it is what it is. I don't really like mix. I don't like cocktails. I don't really mix a whole lot of drinks together. And energy drinks, like, while they nice, I guess, like, I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of energy drinks. Like, they just taste funny. It's like protein drinks is the same thing like that. They just taste funny. I do know what one food that I always want to try to eat constantly would be definitely like Korean food of like the oxtail soup, and then there is the bibimbap. It's like, those are like my favorite Korean foods all the time. Oh, I didn't check this one. I don't like alcohol. Yeah, I don't really like alcohol. Actually, Lith, are you even able to drink alcohol out of curiosity?
Yeah, alcohol is just like the unfortunate combination of sour and bitter.
It's definitely an acquired taste no matter what way you see it as. Like, it's like coffee. And I don't like any of that type of stuff. I've tried alcohol. I've tried a little bit of coffee. I've tried like sake, soju. No, I think I've tried soju. I didn't try sake. But I've tried like different beers and stuff like that. Definitely not my thing. I mean, if you offered for a sip, I wouldn't mind drinking it a little bit. But if you offer it and expect me to drink the whole thing, I'll never do. I'll never buy alcohol personally unless I have someone who is like I know would be able to finish the entire thing, or at least the rest of it, kind of thing. So I'm definitely one of those people that is like, I am not going to spend money on alcohol that I'm not, on drink that I'm not going to be drinking. Basically my thing about alcoholic drinks. I've tried some cocktail and they're interesting, I'll say. It's weird, but yeah. I've seen the alcohol damage people, so that's why I don't touch it. Oh, I got it. Okay, so wrong one. Damage. Yeah, it can damage you. It can damage you, Lith, but that's only if you drink a lot of it. Obviously, I won't drink a lot of it. I will personally only taste it and all that stuff. I don't ever plan on like buying like, oh, a dozen beer cans. Heck, the people I hang out with, I think, yeah, basically the majority of us don't really speak not speak. Yeah, you can speak alcohol. No, drink alcohol. So I don't really have a reason to ever go buy and all that stuff. I'm sorry to hear that, Lith. I'm in the fortunate enough to be in a family that doesn't have a lot of alcoholics or any alcoholics at all. I have my uncles and my dad drink alcohol like a little bit, but not a whole lot. They're nice about it. Like basically, they drink it when they hang out, but that's it. What are you doing?
Emergency. Security system has gone haywire. Must escape immediately.
Meryl, you almost got crushed.
Hurry, now.
The thing runs through.
Yep. I hope you don't get crushed, my dude. So I have to memorize the way. Got it.
Let's just say the emergency elevator shut off.
Yep.
Or like it's an emergency, therefore it's shut off.
Yeah, it's shut off. Emergency, it's shut off.
Because the way it's phrased makes it sound as though it's intended for emergencies, not.
Explosions sound fun. They don't sound. Oh, they sound fun if you're not involved, like in one. Unless you're impervious to one, then like Electrode.
These are my friends. R64Y, R-67Y, R-69Y. Good to see you.
Nice.
Nice. What are you doing?
You are defective. You have been tainted.
Pardon. I'm malfunctioning?
Affirmative.
Defect? Defect?
Have you forgotten?
Have you forgotten our mission? All intruders must be eliminated. That was my purpose?
You shame us. You must be destroyed.
Robo's getting whipped.
I'm just staring.
No, stop. These are my brothers. Please, stop. Please. Please stop, please. No, these are my brothers. Break down.
What am I supposed to do? Oh. Robo, no. Robo! Now we take care of intruders. Cocky boxes of bolts! You'll never get away with this! I like how her mouth is always open. I got a lot of that stuff. Looks like I have to kill the brothers now. Well, they are not real brothers anyway. Yeah, walking like from one in action sound movie. Yeah, walking from explosions and like in the action movie is really fun. I will say.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, but I am speaking of watching a lot of action movies. Also, Lith, don't worry. We'll get revenge for Robo. This is for Robo. We'll get Robo back. Robo Justice, yep. I can't defend myself like that, too. Man, these Robos actually do a lot of damage because they continually attack. Good thing I healed. There we go. Robo Justice. Robo! They trashed him. Wah. What should we do? Robo just got creamed. Chrono, let's take him back to Luca. Good thing I don't have to go through all that just to carry him. I wonder what happens if I brought Luca instead. Yeah. Can't.
Probably would be the same cutscene just with the other character.
Maybe. But maybe Luca could have done something. You never know.
Can you repair me?
Shh. Don't talk.
You are trying to save our world?
I don't know how far we'll get, but that's the plan. Anyway, Robo, what are you going to do when you're repaired?
What am I going to do?
Yeah, I mean, what plans do you have for the future?
Luca, no one has ever asked me that before. Good morning.
Robo, you're alright. Luca, you're incredible. I hope I never have to do that again.
Luca, I've made up my mind. I want to go with you.
Robo is best buddy.
Pardon? There is nothing left for me here. Together, maybe we can give this planet of ours a chance.
Then let's go. Gates up ahead. Robo is best boy. Hang on to your shorts. Robo quickly became my favorite character just because of that interaction, to be honest, Lith. I think our wait, did you say Robo was your favorite earlier? No, yeah, Ruka. Yeah, it's like you said Luca was your favorite, and then like Robo just became your favorite. Hey, I will say, Lith, as much as like you keep changing your favorites, it just shows like it's a really good story game when you really have a hard time picking your favorite. They can share the title. That's true, yeah.
Where are we?
So I got all 4 people. I need to heal. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't need to do that. It's locked shut. What is that? There's nothing.
More guests.
What do you mean guests? Where are we?
Why, this is the end of time, of course. All lost travelers in time wind up here now. Now, where are you from?
We are from the kingdom. We are from Gardia Kingdom, circa 1080.
I come from 2380.
Okay, so James, we were in the 2300. So basically, that eruption happened in his time period 301 years ago, which is a really odd way to put it, but I guess so. So what I'm seeing as there's the war on the army, which seems to be significant later on. That was in 680. We then go to our present time, which is 1080. And then we went to his future in 2380. But then there is the catastrophic meltdown of this entire world somehow in 1999 AD. I feel like all these time periods are going to be very significant at some point.
When four or more beings step into a time warp, the conservation of the time theorem states that they will turn up at the space-time coordinates of the least resistance. Here, disturbance in the space-time continuum have increased recently. Far too many folks have just popping in here. Here, something is having a powerful effect on the very fabric of time.
Which means one of us has to remain here. There? Stay? Here? Alone?
It is pretty bleak here. But not to worry, all time periods connect here. You can visit your friends whenever you wish, but you can only travel in groups greater than 3.
So, one of us must stay. Who be it be, Chrono? I'll pick. Leave Robo. Please come for me whenever you need me.
Yeah, so there you have it. Don't forget, press Y to search party members.
How do we get back to our time?
You see those lovely pillars of light? Those hook you up to different eras. Once you've been through a gate, you can always use it to come here. To use a gate from here, step into the light and press the A, but beware the gate leads from that, which leads from that bucket.
This bucket? Oh, so this is where the end of time is stuff.
Hey. Hey. Take a peek in the room behind me.
What the heck? This looks like a Dragon Quest character, honestly. Like one of those. What are you looking at? I'm Specchio, the Master of War. I've seen all kinds of battles from here. How do I look to you guys? Strong. See, let's put it this way. If you're strong, I look strong. If you're weak, I look weak. You're strong of will. That's why the old one let you through. Long before you were born, there was a kingdom where magic flourished. Everyone there could use it. Good. Okay, so the old man led us. Okay.
But in time, people began to abuse their powers. It got so bad that no one was allowed to use magic except wizards. But you have it. Determination. I mean, magic needs power of the heart. It needs inner strength. Magic is divided into 4 types: lightning, fire, water, and shadow. You, with the punk hairdo, you're lightning. The one with a ponytail is water. The one with goofy glasses is fire. Not just magic, but everything is based on the balance of these 4 powers. Think magic, and starting from the door, walk clockwise along the walls of my room 3 times. Don't lose track now.
Starting from the door, walk around the room clockwise. 1, 2, 3.
Do it over.
Along the wall. Okay. That's so they can share the titles. So the main base. Yeah, this is basically the main base where you'll be switching around different characters. I feel like this is gonna be where you'll be switching around different characters because do it from the door clockwise. Am I going clockwise or am I going counterclockwise? I'm pretty sure this is clockwise.
Yeah, well, in the direction that clock turns.
Yeah.
Which wall did you see to start from?
Start war from the door. That's 2. This should be 3. Like walk around 3 times, right?
Very good. Ipso facto timinimo magico.
That took a little bit. Chrono learns to use magic. Oh. Mero learns to use magic. Luca learns to use magic.
So fortified with magic. Want to try it out? All right.
So this is where I learned. Oh wow. I like how the happy-go music when I'm trying to battle this guy. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's like nice little peaceful music. It's like so peaceful music. I find it funny. So this is where you use the magic. So the magic is basically the stars.
Ah, that was most embarrassing. Harumph! Don't make a habit out of this. Here, this is for you.
Special refresher set. 1 magic tab and 5 ethers.
I am the Master of War! Whew, sometimes I scare myself. You guys are too much. Bring newcomers to me to meet me.
Okay, so if I bring newcomers...
Hey. Well, people who lived long ago all enjoyed such power. Now I know you're itching to go ripping back and forth through time, but first you need to return to your era. And you must hurry. The longer you remain here, the harder it will be changed. It will be to change that which must be changed. Stop by whenever you're in the area.
War is scary. I mean, to think is we're okay, so there are a lot of forms. Let me see. There is 1, 2, 3. I think there are 3 more character slots for it, and I think we're gonna be getting Frog. I feel like we should get Frog.
The gate leads to 1999 AD. It leads to the Day of Lavos. Go there only if you're looking to achieve a shorter lifespan. Lavos will help you leave this mortal coil.
So this is the... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's one of the endings. I believe that's one of the endings. And what I mean by that is that since this game has multiple endings, you're allowed to go to the end of the game, because I believe the Day of Lavos is basically the day where you have to stop and change everything. Actually, James, I think that's why the speed run of this game was like 2 hours. It's because of we are beating we need to beat that 1999 boss, like the AD boss, and we can do that anytime. But this is gonna be probably like with some games, it's like you can do that, but if you don't do the other things first, you won't get the best ending.
That's the biggest toy I've ever seen. Hey, you're not alive, are you? You've got great strength, however, since I can't measure your inner character, I can't give you any magic to you. But your laser weapon will suffice. They can inflict shadow type damage. Hey, you for some practice? Hey there, friends. I'm the Master of War.
So Robo can't actually get any magic because he's not actually well, I want to bring the others first back home, because I feel like that I want to at least bring Luca around. I will definitely have Robo coming along with me later. No. Mystic Mountain, 65 million BC. What? Okay, that's the one I need to go to, but 65 million BC? What? That's a long time ago. I'm assuming that we'll get more lights, so I think there was like 9 lights in total. So I guess we're gonna have to go to that, but we have to go to Medina Village. Let's go with the story progress, because this game has like, you can go in many different directions in this game. Come out of a cabinet, really? I was just curious if I can go back in. Okay. I like the transition. Like, it's funny how when you look at this, the transitions of going through the different time periods is actually super fast. But when you first had to go through it, it was actually quite psychedelic for a while.
Medina Village was founded by the ancestors of the mystics who lost a warp to human beings. Most mystics hold a grudge against humans. Be careful. There's an odd man who lives near the cave in the mountains to the west. You might enjoy a chat with him. Thanks. Why are you being so nice? Mystics aren't supposed to get along with humans. Humans fought mystics over 400 years ago. My motto is forgive and forget, but not many seem to agree with me.
So go to a mountain in the cave. Got it.
Chrono, what's that weird chanting?
I remember finding a video where it was like, if the character was, or if someone was as big as like characters are in overscreen or in like overworld screens of like retro RPG.
They scream.
No, no, if characters were as big as like
Oh
in the
yeah.
overworld screens, because like in the overworld screen, you're kind of walking around and you look as though you're as big as a tree.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And so like there's like just like this giant woman just like running across the country, and it's just like the
Okay, so Lavos is, I guess, this guy. I'm guessing they're chanting for him his revival because he led for army 400 years ago. What is this? There's a lot of things about this game that still, like, need to puzzle together. This is a cave, right? Yeah, so this guy? Melchior's heart? Ooh.
Oh, hello. Could I interest you in a weapon?
Okay. I gotta get you guys some. Oh, I already have those? Okay. If they weren't evil in this world, they would not need. What's that? State affairs. Looks like I ran out of money already. Jeez. Do I have 2 Robin bows? I think I do. Okay, so I got some good stuff, so we get 2 Titan vests. And I need to buy some of these items. You never know when they're gonna be helpful. Yeah, I need to make sure I get all that stuff. So auto attack / hit and defense up. Nothing really good. All right, I didn't equip the. And also, this is a guy, like, I was, like, gonna buy the load sword, and I was like, man, you get so many opportunities to get a load sword if you actually just go around. So this guy's kind of useless to try to buy stuff early, I guess. Alright, I gotta save. Because if I don't save, well, that's gonna be a problem. Death to mystic enemies. Ow. I wonder how long this game is, personally. I'm trying not to look at it. This game is like, I feel like should be like 30 hours, but I don't know, at the rate of my health going, I might just be like getting 1/5 of the way there already. Uh-oh. Lift. There's more octopus. I've seen too many of this. I've seen too many of a specific anime to know where this is going. Aw, you made me ink. I mean, I guess the good news is they're attacking the boy, not the girls. Oh, the gin bottle is 100. It's 9. Oh, okay. That's a bad idea. I guess this is a practice where you have to use your magic to hit these guys. Because I'll be missing all the time. Yeah, because that was like I was missing all the time, or not doing much damage. So I guess that was literally the yeah. Cure, huh? Heal ally more. Oh, okay. Oh, you get to see what next your skill points are based on like I didn't notice that. Oh, so it's like you get to see how much tech points you need to get to the next skill upgrade. That's pretty cool. I'll be switching around the cast once we get to the next area if I need to. Oh, I need magic. Man, there is no music here. It's just washing water. That's sus. You know what else is sus? These creatures only using magic. You know what's convenient is that we managed to get magic right when we needed it the most. I assume magic is absolutely needed. Oh my god, there are so many enemies here. Let me try. Let me see if regular cycling will work. Yeah, you do need plot reasons. You know, a lot of games just like story-wise just have plot reasons. Like when you have like, oh, how convenient when you just learned the thing to beat this thing. How convenient. Man, there's one thing I also don't like is that there's so many different ways to go for certain places that it's hard to tell which way is the right and which way is not the right way sometimes. I mean, I like the more open choices you get, but sometimes it's like it's always not. I hate like when you just can't tell where to go exactly here and there. Oh, bats. Oh, these don't do that much damage. No, I do need magic still. Gosh darn it. I think I need to save Chronos' magic from here on out. I really need to make sure Robo gets some playing after this. I think what I'm gonna do. Okay, so here's the problem. I want to keep Meryl in the party, but the problem is that the main need is that she's a healer, but I want to give everyone else their time to shine. I said I should save up the MP for Chrono, and here am I. Here am I. Yes, here am I. Here I am using it already. What do you guys think? Should I keep Meryl more often, or should I actually switch her around? I mean, I guess like I want to switch her around if I don't absolutely need the healer, because if I have a lot of items, that should be fine. Right? I did it again. I guess I'm just too used to Chrono attacking. Yeah, Robo is definitely the tank and the beefiest. He's just the slowest of them all. Meryl is the healer. Luca, I haven't found the reason why what she is outside of just a range attacker, I guess. But then Meryl is a range attacker. I mean, Luca is the only one character that we've met so far that can use even fire. I guess in that regard, Luca is important. I'm trying to think of like other ways to use the characters. Yeah. Death to the mystic enemies. A cram. Well, this is a boss, so go big or go home, basically. bigger the monster, the bigger the heart. Yeah, but the... I guess it's like the bigger the heart, the easier attack, the weak point. Cyclone water, huh? Oh, this is bad. Good thing that Luca died. This is going to be a little difficult. I need to figure out how to do this. Oh, good. I got some time. Mainly because if I don't attack him, it should be fine. Good. Yeah, as long as I don't attack him, then he doesn't do his big water wall. So I got some breathing room. I need to buy some more revives now. Oh, so if if character dies, then my attack just is wasted. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm learning more about this game. Oh, shoot. I didn't see him do the defense, or was he doing the defense? I think he... Oh, shoot, he's doing it. No worries, Lith. Thank you so much for joining. I'm probably not... I don't know how long I'm gonna keep going at this, but you'll find out. I hope you rest well, and I hope you catch you in another stream for sure. Take it easy, Lith. And good luck at work, by the way, tomorrow. Stay safe. Night. Finally, jeez, that boss, I almost lost. One of the if only the great Magus, who brought forth Lavos 400 years ago, had destroyed the human race, the world would have belonged to the mystics. Rawr. I'm guessing it's because they need to stop suffering Lavos. In the Middle Ages, Magus created Lavos, the destroyer of this planet's future. If we go to the Middle Ages and take out Magus, can we just change history? We could use the gate at the fairgrounds. Gate at the fairgrounds, huh? Guess that's quite a possibility to do. So basically, we're trying to figure out how to stop the future. We need to use the gate at the fairgrounds. Where are we going? Guess this is the only way we can do. I know I'm not using any of this stuff, which I probably do like permanent stat up. But I also feel like I just want to do it.
Why do those guys make me think of very short Namekians?
The very short what?
Very short Namekians. Like, that's what they make me think of.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. Hey, Door, what's up?
Sup, nerd?
What's up, nerds? Can you, this is a hearing door? Can you hear me? Yep. Yeah. Well, at least I'm not planning to end anytime soon, but so you'll be here for a little bit. At least I plan to play for a little bit longer. I had to turn friends down, but I can ear handle. Why did you have to turn them down? Loud. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you meant. There's the volume and everything.
End up turning up people's voices up by quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, some people on Discord. Like, I have anywhere between 150 to 200%.
Yeah, it's because some people are just like far away from the mic or talk very quietly.
And in comparison, I end up like basically any sort of video game, I always turn down to like 30% volume.
I mean, at the very least, you can say at least your hearing it won't go back down. Earphones are broken. Oh. Get some new earbuds. The earphones and stuff like that are pretty cheap. At least they should be. Oh, well, I fell. Phones. I spent so much money today. Earphones are at the bottom of my list. I guess so. But you should invest in higher ones later on. That's how I get back, okay. I'm just exploring and testing stuff out. But yeah, we're playing a little bit of Chrono Trigger. Getting through this. We'll see how longer I might go, but definitely interesting. To say the least. Oh, dinosaurs. Laser spin doesn't do that much. Anyway, Dora, how you been doing? I hope your day has been going well and everything. I'm achy. Oh. Too much working out? Or what, you sick or something? Got dragged around the mall all day with friends. Yeah, that makes sense. Usually when I get dragged like around in a mall, my shins start hurting. My leg and shins.
I thought you said your chin, so I was like,
My chinny chin chin. Yeah, it was like I get dragged on my chin all the time. It's like one of those things is that once you stop moving around, like when my shins are really like hurting after moving around so much, it really is super satisfying to just like sit down and just sit down and then just sit like that for hours. Yeah, for 5 to 6 hours. Yeah, I've been there. I get that. I get that feeling, Dor. But it's just like one of those things is that it has that really nice feeling that once you're stopped moving, like absolutely just stopped moving, and just sit down. Oh, the feeling is so good. Like after like a long day of just walking around or something like that, you just sit down and do nothing. Just sit on the couch, sit on the chair or something like that. Also a couch. You just like put up your legs and everything. Like I can do lay down. Lay down is just more like if you're absolutely exhausted. I would say like mentally and physically exhausted. Laying down is good, but when it comes to like physically just walking around and your legs are hurt, I don't know, I like laying down just works in such a situation, but I find like no matter what physical hurt you are in or like tiredness, just laying on the couch, it always feels so much better than just laying in bed or laying on the floor or whatever. It just feels so much better. These guys look familiar. I'm doing a bunch of shopping for formal and graduation. It sucks. You know what? It's only one time, at least. Are you at least excited for graduation? Graduation is always one of those, like, it's really, really a one-time thing and stuff like that. What? Dor, you can't be not excited for graduation. Why aren't you excited for graduation?
Graduation ceremonies are very long and very boring.
You know what? That's true. Oh, this guy's like... yeah, I think I get, like, probably 3 more party members, honestly.
I mean, you can technically just not go to graduation, right? Like, you're still...
Unless they force you, yeah. Because, like, technically with, when we were at Western, you didn't have to. I don't know about my high school if you had to or not. I don't think so.
I'm sure with high school, like, there's no reason that you're legally obligated to, because you've already fulfilled all the requirements for graduation. Like, the only thing the ceremony is handing you your diploma.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, yes, it's like you don't like going up there. I guess, like, yeah, I'm more of a person that sees it as a very, like, unlikely chance you ever do it again kind of thing. Like, when in your life will you ever get another chance to just graduate and get a diploma? Yeah, but I'll get disappointed in talking to my friend if I don't. So you're only doing it just to keep disappointing your teachers. Got it. And it's a rare thing, so you gotta experience it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, to me, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, ceremonies as well, because they're long. But to me, graduations are one of those things, like, you don't go to graduation every single year. You don't go to, unless you have, like, a sibling, every single year for some reason, but that's, like, a different story. But yeah, you don't go to graduation every single year. You don't experience it every single year. Heck, even if, like, you go to, even if you go to the, like, your universities or whatever, like other graduations, you don't get to experience it a lot. Like, you really don't. Like, I know people kind of make graduation as a really grandiose thing. And honestly, it's not really a grandiose thing, to be honest. It's just you're there, you get a diploma, and that's it. There's
I think it's just, what's that company that sells all the graduation crap?
I actually don't know. I mean, the US they do, but I don't know about in Australia, though. Like, really, graduation is really nothing more than just a excuse to just take pictures with your friends, family, and just say that, hey, I made it, Ma and Pa. How you like the music, Door? But yeah, no, it's one of those things that you really don't don't really experience a lot. I don't know, when I graduated, it's funny enough, I graduated from middle school. And I got, like, when I graduated from middle school to go to high school, it's funny how, middle school became, like, I had a graduation from middle school and everything. And then the high school graduation was really nice. Because afterwards I got to do, like, a, party-esque thing with a bunch of my classmates. It was nice. New, it says. 1, 2, 3, 4? Really? That's just a... I feel like this is just a joke by developers.
New?
Yeah. Wait. Does he not kill you? Yeah, he doesn't kill us. He just does one... leaves us at 1 damage. Well, I mean, at least this door, you're graduating. So I'm assuming that you're not gonna be taking, repeating another year at least. Which, I'm proud of you, door. You strong here, take it. Okay, so he just gave me stuff. Cool. Year, I got college after year 11 and 12. Well, are you excited for your next years, or are you just kind of like dreading it? I don't know how you feel about those. Oh, I guess I'm going to be raiding Grace today. Because I was going to raid Biz, but I did not know if he was still alive. But I guess he ended. Very stressful. It'll be stressful. Yeah, those years, no matter what, I guess you're always going to be stressful. I wish you luck with those, Door. Hey, you can always just
Oh, so the company that makes like, graduation
yeah,
stuff. Johnston's.
Johnston's. Oh,
Johnston.
Johnston's.
Basically, so they like also like yearbooks, classmates, basically everything that's just like a cash grab.
Yep.
I honestly don't even have any sentimental attachment to my yearbooks. They were super expensive.
I only have sentimental attachments to my yearbook because of people signing them. That's it. And the only problem is like I never got I never got I never got any for I never got my yearbook for my freshman year, which I'm really sad about. Because I can't do anything about this one right now. Two extra classes, 2 days to the week. I'll be at extra school. Oh, well, good luck with that, Door. 2 schools, baby. Did you two have to wear the funny robes with the funny hats? Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yep.
They're
expensive.
it's a scam.
They are. I don't even know if I still have. Oh, I should have still have my own robes. Like my mom and dad, I think, saved money because they forced me to wear my brother's robes. And I wanted to get my own. I lost my hat though because I did the traditional throw your hat in the air. We have to plan our own outfits. You know that? I wish we can plan our own. It's cause we had to wear uniforms, methinks. Hey, that's pretty good. Lucky you, Door. Or our little day of freedom. Again, like that is a good way to see it, is that you have a little day of freedom for when you go to graduation. Honestly, I'm glad at least you get some freedom to do whatever you want to do. I'll say I'm glad I don't have to plan outfits every day. Honestly, I don't really like uniforms. I don't know how I would feel really doing uniforms all the time. I like wearing my own clothes. Because the thing about uniforms is that I kind of just like to wear the clothes that I am given the freedom to. This is why, like, when I go to, like, schools or, like, do all that stuff, it's like, I would very much prefer, I would very much prefer to, like, just make my own decision on clothing. I don't know, it's just like more freedom. So obviously it's not for everyone, and as you said, like, you don't always want to do that type of stuff. Which is understandable, by the way. I'm not knocking it, for sure. I just personally don't really like the... You get it, being forced to wear a uniform. I will wear a uniform if I have to. That's what I would say. Yeah, you get that, yeah. Like, we're on the same page on that type of stuff, Door. So it's just hard. It's just hard to just feel like you have, you can do many things, but you're being forced to wear it. Can't please everyone, that's for sure. Oh, I missed this. That's. I find myself kind of stupid that I just decided to miss that. Huh. I like how we just jump in. That's kind of funny. How I completely missed that. Oh, that's kind of funny. I guess I can go back to that stuff. We vibe though. Yeah, we always vibe.
Oh, I don't even plan outfits. I just pull out a shirt and I'm like, okay, let's go.
That's basically me. I don't really have a lot of fashion sense, but if I really do have to go fashionista on certain things, like go on a date or like an important stuff, I will actually put effort into like a little bit of fashion. But my style of clothes are more short sleeves and jeans for the most part.
My sisters did get on my case though for not wearing matching clothes when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, like I had these shorts that had like a particular pattern, and they're like, that shirt doesn't match that, and I'm like, why do I care? Because like, well, people will judge you. Like, they'll if they assume like they assume things like because based on how you dress, and I'm like, okay, well that's their problem.
Yeah, I never was told all that stuff. Cool. I have a style, but it's a lot of effort. What's your style then? Because again, mine is more short sleeves and blue jeans a lot of the time. Maybe a jacket here and there, but really I don't really do a lot. Oh, I need some revives. It's like Dark Academia meets alternative. Never heard like that before, but I guess so. Can I go to the fair more? I guess I could. Oh wait, James, we can go beat your favorite character in the game. Can we? Oh, James, I found him.
Sure.
No, I mean, I'm pretty overpowered for it. Let's see. Lots of dark layer clothes, silver rings and necklaces, boots, stuff like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a lot of effort, honestly. And I get that. Honestly, there's a part of me that I say like I could, like I can, like I can put some effort into what I wear. Like I really could. I just don't choose to do it a lot of times. I'm pretty masculine, so no dress skirts really. What? Why would you go masculine? Being masculine doesn't do anything for you, ha ha
And my style is just very generic, just as far as Americans go.
ha. Yep,
I just have like t-shirt and pants.
yep. Same. I just do t-shirt and pants as always. I never meshed with female clothing, really. Say hi to your parents. Sweaty convention. Greetings, I am Robo.
Just got roasted.
Ah, mother always roasts me.
Just destroyed a dress. That's pretty metal.
Destroyed a dress, really? Man. Door, you are like one of those people that basically has a phase that just twirls up everything. Didn't realize you're that metal of a person. Then again, talking to you for this past year has been interesting, that's for sure. Do I got any jerky? I got some jerky. I have no idea what the jerky does, though. And once flourished to the north. How sad. A woman of Fiona. Really? Interesting. That's pretty upbeat. Nah, just a young neurodivergent child establishing they really don't like feminine clothes. What? Door, you're telling me that you have an opinion on what you wear? This is unheard of. No one ever has an opinion on what they wear. You're breaking the law. Don't like it? Cut it up with scissors. That is... wow. Metal, as James says. Man, these things are sealed. Oh shoot, you're right. Hold on, let me pull out my frilly dress. No more masculine clothes, only tight-fitting dresses now. That's right, Door. You gotta be part of the civil, like the proper order of everything. If you don't, then you'll get arrested by the world police or something. Oh, I forgot to equip the hammer arm. Yeah, I probably will end this soon. I am yawning quite a bit, so I just want to see if I can make some story progress so I can know where to go next. Because they said something, and then there's that. What should be a raid message be though? What, freely dress? As a reference to Door's freely dress comment. I don't even want to know how late it is for you. It's only like 3 to 1 o'clock. I try not to stream past 4 a.m. anymore, because doing that really hurt my body. Not like too hurt, but it's one of those things that I should not have kept doing, kind of thing.
Turning ways with the 4 a.m. crew.
Yeah, 4 a.m. crew. 4 a.m. crew was fun. But we don't have everyone for 4 a.m. crew anymore.
Time
There.
is it in Australia right now?
It's bloody. No, I don't know. I can't do a good Australian accent. I said good chap.
You sound like it's mock British, sort of.
Yeah. Like mock British is so good, mate. I'm guessing the time in Australia. It'll be 6, so it's like 9? 22? Close enough. Oh, I was close. It's 9 on the other side of Australia. Oh, okay. It's 9 on the other side of Australia. That's where, like, I remember telly and stuff. What is going on? I was curious is all. So it's 10 over where you are. Got it. That was like it was like close around like it, but yeah. You know, Door? If we ever do like a group charity stream thing with people, like with Telly and Matt and stuff like that, I wonder if we could have, like, I know you already reviewed your voice. What would you be able to do as like a charity thing? Like some people donate, or like you get a certain amount of money to do something. Eye reveal? Kick. Maybe. Face reveal. Door does a face reveal at $1 million. How about that? Absolutely. Door would like Door would be like 1 million. Door would reveal who they are in front of everybody. It's like, I will finally show my face. And everyone would just be like, gasp, Door, I didn't know you were blank. That would be funny. Face reveal, but it's just the stock photo of a.
Not the bees.
Not the bees. Bees. Not the bees. I'm kind of lost on where to go. I'm trying to figure it out. Not, yo, 99k. I'm so close. Oh man, door at 99k channel points? What are you gonna do with all that channel points? You got an idea? Save it? Save it for what though? You're not gonna request the game? You're not gonna be like, I want you to play a door game. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to go. I have no game recommendations. I mean, you could say Among Us. Among Us. Which actually, Dora, I am planning to play with people. Sometime in sometime next month, actually. Some more Among Us. If you want to join in for that. I don't know exactly the date, but I was thinking of a time. I don't know, maybe Christmas. Christmas Among Us. I doubt it, honestly. There's a lot of people going to be busy on that day. I mean, it could. I just need to know if enough people will be available on Christmas night / day or somewhat else. Depends on when it is. Like, it'll be probably my evening. So basically, like, Christmas Among Us would be, for me, would be my evening. So, like, basically, no more stream time. But for you, it would be like the night. Yeah, so it would be like for you, it would be the 26th post-Christmas afternoon. Like 3, I think. Yeah, I just need to think about like if there's anybody who really wants to try Among Us on Christmas or not. And it's a thought because like the reason why I say that is because December 4th is what I'm doing is no plans to go anywhere these holidays. Yeah, same. Because like December is pretty packed. Because like December 4th, is gonna be Imposter Factory, which is basically the sequel to the Moon and Finding Paradise. Some good story games I'm looking forward to. Let's see, December 11th. If everything goes well, Sean may have that day free, and then I could say like we can do a Mario Party session together with Carl and him and I. I don't think we're gonna do Among Us afterwards, but it's probably just a fun night kind of thing. And then the weekend after that, I was thinking of doing late night Mario Kart with people. I don't know if anyone's gonna be free by then. And then there is after that, then it's Christmas, and then after that, it would be New Year's Day, which I already have plans for something else for that time. So every weekend in December is potentially something. I have to relook at that when I have to go. I thought this is fairgrounds or something. I'm missing something. You have no plans to go anywhere these holidays? Like, well, yeah, you don't have any place. Oh, where do I go? Like, I actually legit don't know where to go. Well, I think it's lost time, so I'm probably gonna be calling it here, and we'll pick it up next week. Because obviously I am lost on where to go. I need to relook at my footage to see where it is. Again, like, this is like if any editor edits this stuff and then just gonna put on the screen what I'm supposed to do because I pressed it really quickly and or wiki or whatever, I don't know. Basically, I kind of just like spam. But it's been a fun game. Again, I'm enjoying Chrono Trigger. I hope all y'all who are enjoying Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I'm gonna be rating Grace, but yeah, so the plan for next week, I'm probably gonna make it more announced. Next Saturday, I'm gonna be doing another movie night, so I'm not gonna be streaming on time, but basically the plan is to play Incredibles 2. That's been a movie since, like, basically been working on watching that. Kyle and I have been wanting to watch that for like 2 years now. And now since I have the opportunity to do that, I was thinking of doing a movie night on that Saturday, so there's people to join in and all that stuff. And then afterwards, then start regular streaming. Friday or Saturday, I don't know. Maybe I'll do Friday. I am not 100% sure, but I think I might do it just Friday. Yeah, that's the next week plan. As for any other stream plan, next week is probably just gonna be normal games. Nothing too much, but when December hits, again, I mentioned Imposter Factory and all that stuff is gonna be happening. I'll be making announcements on my Discord for sure. So if you guys, anybody lookers or anyone who hasn't joined ever yet, I hope you joined Door, because if you haven't, well, that's just a shame, because we've clearly been talking about you. Yeah, you are in it. You post your kitty cow. What am I talking about? You have to be in there. If you weren't in there, I'll be very disappointed in you, Door. But yeah, I hope everyone takes care of themselves. There are other people there. There are shout outs there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all of all the stuff that I really have to announce. Again, join my Discord, and then there's other stuff I do. It's been fun. It's been also really nice to get all the emotes for my channel, because I just like I just got new emotes yesterday, and it's like it's really nice. Showcase some of them, or all of them, I should say. That's all the emotes I really have. I'm planning to get more at some point, especially the new animated ones. But yeah. I hope you all have a good rest of your day and rest of your time. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure. Dor should find someone else to mooch off of, so Dor can have access to all my new emotes. Well, not all of them. Some of them are exclusive to bits only. But yeah, I hope all of you guys have a great day. Thank you, James, for joining me on call. Thank you, Dora, for joining me later on. Luckily, you didn't join me at the very, very end, but there's that. And again, like all that stuff. Luckily, yeah. There's another time we could join in for sure. But yeah, I will catch you guys later on another stream. Whether it be mine or someone else's. I think Carl is streaming tomorrow, and yeah, he's gonna be doing some stuff on it, coming back after a break. So there's that. So yeah, I'll be streaming some more stuff too. I'll be playing more games and having more fun with you guys. And finishing off this year with some bang stuff. So yeah. I hope you guys take care of yourself. And hope you all rest well. It's been fun. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what all it's going to be. So, yeah. We're going to raid Grace. I don't have any raid message, honestly. So, we're just going to leave it at what it is. So, yeah. Hope you all take care of yourself and rest well. Dora, get some rest soon, right? Alright, take care, and I'll see you guys later, for sure. See you guys some other time, or next week. Bye-bye!